The wide receiver room is proficient. It's very top heavy. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Devontae Parker. I see Devontae Parker kind of like a Lamade Zacchaeus. I don't see him being as effective. This is a guy you might get about 400 yards out of max. But A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith are going to be fighting over a new contract. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Paris Campbell, Britton Covey. First off, Griffin Herbert, Joseph Nagata, Austin Watkins Jr., I'm not thinking about them. I'm not thinking that they're going to make the team anything more than practice squad players or just depth chart. But Paris Campbell's going to find himself on this team for sure for what his career has kind of lended to him through speed. But Britton Covey, our kick returner, I think Paris and Britton are going to be fighting over that kick returner spot. But I like Britton Covey. I think they're going to do some work with him and give him an opportunity to build. But Paris and Britton are going to fight over that position. Devontae Parker, Jacob Harris, Shaquan Davis. Again, I don't see the slot receiver position being anything special with these three players. However, I do see them going out in the draft and grabbing a slot receiver. It's about that time. Devontae's in year 3 or 4. And I believe A.J. Brown is also in his 5-6 year. You want to get a young rookie in there so you have a nice rotation, because eventually, as we all know, players get older. And we all know in this team with Hassan Reddick still on the books and possibly in the trade block, A.J. Brown has limited time. He's not going to be an Eagle forever. And I hate to say it like that, and I'm not even going to talk about it in more depth, but I see A.J. Brown being our senior, our leadership in the locker room. And so we got to prepare for, rookie deals, making room. We owe him a lot of money. So I see us moving that direction. And that also leads us to the next conversation about Dallas. Dallas Goedert is definitely one of the best tight ends in the game. I'd say he's in the top 5 easily. Easily Dallas Goedert, top 5 tight end. But Grand Calcaterra, if he can stay healthy. I'm not big on the Albert Okwuegbunam. I'm not big on that guy, or Noah Togoe. But Grand Calcaterra has shown some promise in college, but I just don't see him being the supplanting, Goddard to Goddard's Ertz. I see him as just a Jack Stahl fill-in more so than I see him as a threat to taking over and supplanting Dallas. Dallas and AJ are going to be one of the most difficult off seasons this team has faced in a long time. Within the next 3 seasons, we're going to have to discuss what to do with AJ Brown and Dallas Goedert, because at that time they're older, entering years 8, 9, 10. And it's time for us to get, Zach Ertz was getting Dallas breathing down his neck in year 8, 9, 10. So we're going to have to look at Dallas as possibly, finding his heir apparent within the next 2 drafts. And I'm thinking if there's one on the books, yeah, right, can you grab old boy out of Georgia? But if you could grab him or anyone that can give Dallas a more competitive tight end room, I'm all for it. I do think we're top heavy in the receiver room. I think AJ, Devontae, Dallas make us top heavy. We don't really have an experienced receiver behind them that I feel puts fear into a defense if one of those guys were to sit out a game or a play or two. The offensive line, without Jason Kelsey, I'm still confident in Mailata. I'm still confident in Landon Dickerson. I'm still confident in Lane Johnson. I have questions about Tyler Steen and Cam Jurgens. I see them both as very valuable linemen. I see them both as very valuable players. Tyler Steen, an Alabama recruit. I got respect for the guy, but I have yet to see what they can do. Is Tyler Steen the second coming of Brandon Brooks? Is Tyler Steen just a solid student from the dojo of Stoutland? So is that how we're doing things? So I would like to see how the offense merges. I think in the preseason, we're not going to see any of these players play, but I do have confidence in what this team can do to prepare for them. That's my take on the offense. I think what we'll do is we'll come back tomorrow, take a look at the defense. I really want to wait some time because with the additions of Bryce Huff, with the re-signing of Josh Sweat, but more importantly, And sadly to say, we are still waiting on the word on what's going on with Hassan. And before I wrap up today, I really feel like Hassan Reddick has value. And I would hate to see the Philadelphia Eagles think it's a good idea to move on from your best defensive player. There's a way to sign him. There's a way to bring him back. I see him listed as not an end. I see Milton Williams, Brandon Graham, Jalen Carter, but they have that all mixed up. They have them listed as defensive ends because I think they'll run like a 3-4 with a Will, a Sam, and a right linebacker and left linebacker. We have like a 3-4 defense. I would love to see them keep Hassan and utilize him in rotation. The more stars you have, the better. We have the cap space, but Howie Roseman continues to show us that we're all playing this game on novice. We're all playing this game on amateur. We're all playing this game on rookie. This guy knows how to just get deals done. And I thought after that tight squeeze we had on the salary cap last year, where we were trying to push people out and cut people off and move things around and try to figure out who we can restructure. Can Darius Slay make it? Will he make the team? Can we fit a re-signing of Bradbury? We don't have enough money to pay CJ Garner-Johnson. All of a sudden, the Eagles are in a surplus. And the fear is, on enemy intel, the fear is that the Cowboys are probably doing something like that. Either Jerry Jones is old and senile. Okay, now that we already know that. Never mind. Maybe the Cowboys are burning this Dak Prescott contract so that they open up almost $80 million in the salary cap next year. With the increase of salary cap, Dak being cut off the contract, and then you have all these released players, the Cowboys can be stacked with salary cap space. And that could be an advantage for them. But guess what? They still got Mike McCarthy. They still have Jerry Jones. And until Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy, and Dak Prescott are in that locker room and in that office and in that building, there's nothing to talk about the Dallas Cowboys doing anything to anybody. So to close out, I think the offense looks good. I'm excited about it. Everything's great on paper, but we got to see what Kellen Moore is going to implement and what's the strengths and weaknesses of this offensive game plan. But we'll come back and take a look at the defense on the next episode. But until then,